KNUCKLEDRAGGER Studios presents Longtime, First Time Holiday Special. Better watch out.
Something bothering you?
No, it's nothing.
What? Holidays got you down?
Oh, you know me. Holiday cheer and Rex McHattie don't really go together.
More of a Grinch, huh?
Unfairly maligned, in my opinion. You know, when I was a kid, my mom used to call me Oscar the Grouch. Said I came out of the womb cranky.
Oh, yeah. Nothing surprises me less. You know, this time of year can be a lot for people. Pretty common for people to relapse.
You don't say.
I'm just saying. You're coming up on a year. Wouldn't want you to break the streak.
You don't have to worry about me, Ralphie. I'm too stubborn to fall off the wagon.
Stubborn. You. Never would have guessed.
What about you?
What about me?
Any big holiday plans? Can't imagine you're going to spend them choking down turkey and mashed potato TV dinner like some people I know.
Is that what you're doing?
I didn't say that.
Hey, I mean, it's cool. You know, you do you, right? Nah, I'm gonna spend some time with some people I haven't seen in a while. But I'll be around if you need me.
Well, look, I need to make an appearance at a party. If you want to split a TV dinner, you know where to find me.
All right. Let me get your attention up here real quick. Everyone shut the hell up! All right. Every year, the brass asks that I throw a holiday party to celebrate all the hard work that everyone puts in day after day, night after night, yada, 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 yada. Look, I'm just going to say, thanks for doing your job. Don't get too drunk, and for the love of God, stay out of the studio tonight. We don't need a repeat of last year. I'm looking at you, Shep.
I was in a vulnerable place.
Is that why you sang the Dawson's Creek theme song to everyone in Wolf Bluff?
Hey, a hit's a hit, Greenville. I should know. My show is literally called Pile of Hits.
Well, you stepped in a pile of something that night.
Didn't you hurl live on air?
Wait, no.
It took me forever to get that smell out.
You know, some people say that on a still night, you can still hear the sound of Shep Matthews puking his guts out in the WBAR studio.
You guys are mean. I'm getting a drink.
Kid, where did you find that thing?
Oh, I've had it for a while. I'm on a bit of an analog kick.
Uh-huh. Have fun with that, Scorsese.
Sorry I'm late. Some kids decided it'd be a good idea to toilet paper the old fabric store in the warehouse district.
Of course.
Is that one of those canned cocktails?
Yep, the future's now.
Sure is. You know, I think I liked it better when it took a little more skill to make a drink. Yeah, you'd buy all the ingredients, measure out what you needed, really develop the muscle memory of it. There was a practice there, a calm, zen-like moment where it was just you, some raw materials, and the promise of a payoff. And sorry, I don't normally like to be this way, but sometimes it feels a little too easy.
That was profound.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah, of course.
How many of those have you had tonight?
This is my third?
Does someone have your keys, son?
Oh, no. I'll be fine.
Uh-huh. Well, make sure you don't make a mistake that you'll regret the rest of your life.
Hey, everyone!
Shep. Son of a bitch.
Shep, come down from there. WBAR's workman's comp sucks.
What? I'm fine. I was just thinking, since we have the Witching Hour crew here, why don't we tell some scary stories?
Hey, shit! Who am I kidding?
Are you getting deja vu too?
Yep.
I already locked the studio door.
Oh, thank God.
Listen, we can keep standing around pretending like we actually like each other, or we can tell some scary stories.
Christ almighty.
Is this a hostage situation? It feels like a hostage situation.
Above my pay grade.
Fine. If you guys are gonna be weird, I'll just start telling a scary story. It was a dark and stormy night. Chad Johnson and his girlfriend Connie were up at Makeout Point. Wait. No, it wasn't Makeout Point. Shit, where was it? Well, it doesn't matter. Chad and his girlfriend were making out in their car when suddenly tap, 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 and there was a hook and a raincoat, blood. Shit. I'm way too drunk for this.
Shep, I am sure that you are used to hearing this. That is 2 minutes of my life I will never get back.
I have a story.
Come on, Ted, you don't have to.
No, it's fine. Why not, right? I mean, after all, Chef shouldn't really be behind the wheel anytime soon. Honestly, don't even let him look at a car for a while.
I'll get some coffee going.
So, Ted, is this a true story?
That's what your show's all about, right? Mystery, murder, and malevolence from right here in Wolf Bluff.
Yeah, but who knows how many of those stories are actually true? And you've heard them. Pretty far-fetched most of the time.
Well, I can guarantee you this story is 100% true. And honestly, Christmas hasn't been the same since. I was new to Wolf Bluff in 1985. I transferred in from the next big city over, and admittedly, small town life was the exact opposite of what I signed up for when I graduated the academy. But after spending a few years as a beat cop, where I spent most of my time, working truck busts, really, if I'm being honest with myself, endlessly filling out reports and other grunt work. When the post here opened up, I jumped at the chance. Things down here are slow. People aren't being pulled out of the gutter every morning.
Yeah, people are pulled out of the woods instead.
Rex, Jesus.
Yeah, there is that. Do you know what the sheriff told me on my first day? After he got done with the whole "the woods are theirs and the town is ours" thing, he looked me in the eye and said, "The evil in Wolf Bluff is only a shadow compared to the evil outside our borders." It took me a while, but I eventually realized that he meant that while Wolf Bluff has its darkness, the outside world is so much worse. So when my first big case came across my desk, I was surprised at how bizarre it was. Do any of you remember the series of break-ins that happened in December of that year? What am I saying? Mike and Rex are probably the only two people in this room old enough to have known about those.
I was a kid at the time, but I remember. Wolf Bluff Howler ran the story every day for almost a month till the guy was killed.
We met during that case. You had me run some special PSAs reminding people to lock their doors at night.
Yeah, my older brother told me about that case once. Said he and his friends used to joke that there was a boogeyman in town.
Did we know Tom had a brother?
Your whisper is practically a scream.
So, during the holiday season of 1985, Wolf Bluff experienced a rash of break-ins resulting in the deaths of 5 people and the disappearance of 4 children. It was during the serial killer boom of the 70s and 80s. It seemed like every part of the country had some degenerate making a name for themselves, I guess a town like Wolf Bluff never thought it'd have something like that. After all, we're only a few thousand people, We don't exactly scream serial killer origin story.
Yeah, just haunted woods, unexplained disappearances, and creepy-ass abandoned burger places.
Oh man, you remember Bodacious Burger?
Oh, yeah, we used to go there after football games in high school.
You guys are so weird.
Can we get back on track? I have a turkey at home I need to start thawing.
Oh, I already moved it out of the freezer and into the fridge.
Okay. That's nice of you.
So, it's 1985, you're a new cop with the Wolf Bluff PD. Some guy's breaking into people's houses.
Right. So the first break-in was at the beginning of December that year. The Francis family, Henry, Emily, and their young son Louis, lived in a small 3-bedroom house that looked out onto the practice field at Samuel Wolf High School. Henry worked at the junior high school teaching math. Emily was a librarian. Louis was in 3rd grade, played baseball. We got the call around 8 that morning when their handyman, who was scheduled to come by and clean their gutters, noticed their front door ajar and the ferns that were usually positioned on their porch knocked over and broken. No real sign of forced entry, which feels odd.
What are you talking about? The door is practically off its hinges.
Yeah, but look at the splintering. It looks like someone kicked the door from the inside.
Then how do you suggest the guy got in?
Maybe it was someone they knew, or maybe he came in through the back door. I don't know.
The bodies are this way. Brace yourselves.
Jesus Christ. And lying on the rug were the bodies of Henry and Emily Francis. The killer had put a bag on both of their heads, complete with a stick-on bow, almost like some sort of sick Christmas present. On the wall, scrawled in blood, was the word, "Naughty son of a bitch."
Multiple stab wounds. Judging by the pool of blood around his head, he was caught by surprise. Shit. Can someone get me some goddamn gloves?
What are you doing?
I'm gonna take this damn bag off this poor woman's head.
Oh God, her tongue. Emily Francis had her tongue removed and shoved down her throat. It was as if she'd choked on her own screams. Her eyes were bulging so hard they'd turned pink from burst blood vessels.
We found this at the end of the hallway.
The officer handed Sheriff Clifford a plastic bag containing an aluminum tree topper covered in blood.
Looks like we found the murder weapon.
Did you find what the guy used to hit him? A fire poker or something?
The chimney set was still all together.
What about a baseball bat? Looks like the kid played, judging by the pictures on the mantle.
Tell me we have people out there looking for the kid.
I had dispatch send some cars before I got here. Sheriff Clifford, do you mind if I take a look around, see what I can find?
Knock yourself out.
Crime scenes always feel like they're outside of reality. There are so many things within arm's reach that feel normal. Pictures of a happy family, report cards on the fridge, a Christmas tree with presents underneath. But then, just outside of it, are dead parents and a missing kid. No obvious signs of forced entry. I remember searching the house, checking the window and door jambs, finding nothing. Checked the basement, assuming I'd find a kicked-in window or something. Nothing. In the corner of the basement, I could see the air return for the HVAC. And if you've ever had to change an air filter in one of those older houses in Wolf Bluff, you'll know that they're effectively giant holes in the ground. Usually framed by some kind of aluminum tetanus trap, you know? That's how the air return at the Francis home was. I walked over to the return and noticed that the filter had a long, jagged cut down the middle and had seemingly been pried open. What the hell? I walked outside and around to the side of the house where a rusted-out shed sat, and just behind it, obscured by weeds, was the crawlspace entrance. And if you've ever paid any attention to the older houses in Wolf Bluff, you know that they all have the same small door and the same latching mechanism. The entrance to the crawlspace at the Francis home was broken off its hinges and cast aside. Son of a bitch. I am Lieutenant Ted Frazier of the Wolf Bluff Police Department. At approximately 8 a.m. yesterday morning, we were alerted to a possible burglary at the Francis family home near Samuel Wolf High School. I won't go into detail about what we found, but we are officially treating this case as a homicide. Louis Francis, the 9-year-old son, was not found in the home, and we can only assume that he is with the assailant. At this time, we are asking that if you have any information, please give us a call or come by the station. We also encourage you to lock your doors and windows. Thank you. Yeah, that night I couldn't sleep. I remember sitting at my typewriter trying to write a coherent report. Even in the city, I'd never seen that level of brutality at a crime scene. And the kid... Hello? Who is this?
He's making a list.
How did you get this number?
Checking it twice. It's gonna find out who's naughty or nice.
Who is this? Hey!
Hello?
Sheriff Clifford, it's Ted Frazier.
Frazier? Do you know what time it is?
I know. Listen, I think I just got a call. I think it was our guy.
Wait, hold on. What do you mean?
I got a call from someone reciting lines from that old song. Santa Claus is coming to town, but his voice.
Jesus, Frazier. Do I need to send some deputies your way?
No, it's fine. My door and windows are locked. I'll be fine. Over the next 2 weeks, 2 more break-ins occurred. Bart Sanders, a plumber and single father, was found dead in his armchair, and his 6-year-old son, Dylan, missing. The murder weapon was an aluminum pole that Sanders had fashioned into a homemade t-ball stand. When we found him, not only was his head caved in, but he was wrapped in tinsel from the Christmas tree, next to the still blaring TV set. Richard and Annie Ellis were found strung up with Christmas lights at the top of the stairs in their home, with both of their throats slit. We found a hunting knife discarded at the scene. It was a gift for their missing son, 11-year-old Keith. Their 8-year-old daughter, Lizzie, was also missing. All the victims had the same bags and bows covering their heads, with the word naughty scrawled on a wall in their homes. And just like the Francis family, there was evidence that the killer had entered the home through the air return. You wanted to see me, Sheriff?
Come in. Close the door. It's a real shit show out there, Frazier. My nephew told me that the kids at his school had started saying there's a boogeyman in town.
Yeah, I've heard the kids in my building talking. I always just tell them there's no such thing as the boogeyman.
He called you a couple of weeks ago. Has he done it again?
No, not yet.
Huh. Odd that he would call you just once and never again.
Maybe. Honestly, Sheriff, this guy doesn't seem to really hold any particular pattern. Sure, his entry point seems to be the same and the weird Christmas theme, but everything else seems so arbitrary. He doesn't have a real pattern for when he strikes. His victims seem to have little in common other than having kids. Hell, it's like he's making it up as he goes along.
Then why haven't we caught him?
I don't know.
Look, Frazier, we're a week and a half away from Christmas. People are scared. We need to find this guy and either put him away or put him down. Frankly, I don't care which one it is.
Sheriff Clifford, you mind if I empty your trash can? I'm heading to the dumpster. Oh, shoot. Sorry, am I interrupting something?
No, come on in, Lonnie. We're finishing up. Lieutenant, remember what we talked about today?
Yes, sir. So, Mr. Bullock?
Please, call me Mike.
Sure. Yeah, of course.
So, you want me to have everyone read this PSA during their shows?
Right. We don't want to scare anyone.
I think it's too late for that. You should hear some of the callers on our late night show gets from people who are too scared to go to sleep.
We're doing the best we can.
I know. I think we all are. Look, I just got promoted to station manager. I told myself when it happened that if I could help the people of this town sleep a little easier and live a little better, then I would do whatever it takes. I'll get the Xerox in on the desks of the right people. You have my word.
Thanks, Mike. Well, look, I need to get back, but here's my card. You can call that number if you hear anything, okay?
Sure thing, Lieutenant.
Ted.
Huh?
Call me Ted. Seems only fair. The case was starting to get to me. When you're wrapped up in something, sleep is hard to come by, and I could feel myself starting to slip. Oh, what the hell? All 4 of the tires on my car were slashed. The driver's side window was smashed, a note pinned to the seat by a dirty utility knife. I reached into my pocket for my handkerchief and slid the paper out. I see you when you're sleeping. I know when you're awake. The big red dog bites its own tail. Big red dog? Jesus Christ. I felt my blood run cold. Even though it seemed like I was the only person in the parking lot, I felt somebody watching me. Every hair on my body stood up. I could hear my pulse pounding in my ears.
Lieutenant Fraser? Are you okay?
I need a car.
Meatloaf again? The hell? Barbara?
Sheriff Clifford! Sheriff Clifford!
Sheriff! Oh, God! Across the living room, propped up in his armchair, was Sheriff Clifford. Covering his head was the same kind of burlap sack found at the other crime scenes. I could see the giant red gash in his abdomen. Lying on the old Art Deco couch near the fireplace was Barbara, Sheriff Clifford's wife. She had been strangled with a garland made of tinsel. Her head was also bagged. Son of a bitch. The sheriff's basement was dark. So dark I could barely see my hand in front of my face. I felt myself struggling for balance as I descended the old, rickety stairs. I knew I wasn't alone. Somewhere deep in the darkness was the killer, probably trying to find his way out through the air return in the basement.
You better watch out. You better not cry. Lieutenant.
After finding Clifford and his wife, I stopped sleeping altogether. I pored over the reports from the other crime scenes, trying desperately to find something, anything, that might give me a clue as to who this guy was. The only thing the families had in common was they all had children under the age of 13. Hello?
Lieutenant Fraser, this is Officer Dudley.
Dudley, Jesus. Do they have you working the night shift again?
Everyone is working around the clock right now. I'm calling because we found something at Sheriff Clifford's house that we think you might want to see.
What am I looking at?
It's a blade from an oscillating multi-tool.
A what now?
An oscillating multi-tool? It's a power tool used for cutting, sanding, grinding, you name it.
Huh. It's probably what the killer used to cut through the mesh filter on the air return. How common of a tool is this thing?
What do you mean?
Would some average Joe on a home improvement streak have one?
Not likely. Honestly, the only people I've ever known to use them are handymen.
I see. Did you find anything else? Boot prints? The thing he used to bash me over the head?
There were some footprints down in the basement.
Anything out of the ordinary?
Not really. Mostly just mud and clay. However, there was some small amounts of cow manure in them as well.
Manure? Son of a bitch.
What?
When all this started, I got a phone call from the killer. He's been toying with me ever since, but during the phone call, I could hear cows in the background. Dudley, there's a farm on the other side of town, isn't there? The side that doesn't border the woods?
Yeah, it's the only one anywhere near Wolf Bluff.
There would be a deed for the farm at the county clerk's office, right?
As far as I know. Why?
Because whoever owns that farm is the one who killed Clifford and the others.
Lieutenant, how can you be sure?
Call it a hunch.
Where are you going?
Get the deed. Once you do, send backup. When I reached the farm, something immediately felt off. Have you ever been somewhere that just feels wrong? The farm was probably the perfect place for something like this to happen. Remote, plenty of buildings to hide a bunch of scared children. I remember seeing a dim light in the barn just beyond the house. I slowly approached it, my gun drawn. Wolf Bluff PD! Come out with your hands! Stretching from the floor to the ceiling of the barn was the biggest Christmas tree I'd ever seen in my life. I mean impossibly tall and glittering, blinding in its magnificence. And underneath the tree were a series of large wooden crates, painted like Christmas presents. I looked closer and noticed strained wood on the sides, as if their contents had tried to kick or claw its way out.
No peeking, Lieutenant.
Come out with your hands above your head! I'm not messing around!
Where's your holiday spirit? Don't be such a Scrooge!
I felt something sharp dig into my back, and a hand pull me close. My knees began to buckle as the pain grew.
Naughty, naughty, naughty.
I fell forward, crashing hard into the dirt floor. I managed to roll over onto my back, and to my shock, staring at me with a bloodied harvesting knife was Lonnie, the janitor from the station. He was dressed in a ratty red velvet suit with yellowed white fur, like some kind of distorted, scrawny Santa Claus. His eyes were crazed, matched only by the maniacally wide grin on his face. Lonnie! How? In that moment, it all came to me. Lonnie worked as a handyman on the side to make extra cash. We all knew about it. He must have offered to clean our gutters, fix our toilets, unclog our sinks or something 1,000 times. He was always kind of in the background, quietly emptying trash cans and watching us.
Time to trim the tree, right, Lieutenant?
Lonnie lifted his knife and ran towards me. They say when you're facing death, your body just kind of takes over because it wants to keep you alive. I don't remember crossing the barn floor and grabbing my sidearm. I don't even remember emptying it into Lonnie. But the next thing I knew, I was pressed against the giant crates under the tree, inhaling the hot, dull smell of gunpowder and tasting blood in my mouth. Lonnie was laid out across from me, half of his face missing, lying in a puddle of his own blood. I took a long, agonizing inhale and lifted myself to my feet, steadying myself against the crates. When I came to, I was in the hospital. Officer Dudley told me that he'd found the kids inside the crates under the tree, filthy and emaciated, but alive. You're probably wondering why he did it. I see you ready to pounce over their kid. Well, apparently, when Lonnie was a kid, his mom and dad used to lock him in a crate whenever he misbehaved. They'd leave him there for days at a time. No food, water, or sunlight. One Christmas, they left him in a crate in the barn with only a burlap sack to keep himself warm. We only know this from the diaries he kept in his nightstand. From what we could tell, his parents were his first victims. We found their remains preserved and staged in an empty grain silo on the property. Both corpses had burlap sacks covering their heads. We don't know what triggered Lonnie's spree that particular holiday season in 1985, but there was a rage inside him. A rage unlike anything I'd ever seen before or since. Sorry, was that what you were looking for, Shep?
Yeah. Totally.
Well, I should probably get him home. You yahoos have had enough fun. Enjoy your holidays. We'll get back to it on Monday.
You should call into the show sometime, Ted. You're a hell of a storyteller.
I'm already a long-time listener, Rex. You don't need me to be a caller, too.
Think it over. You know how to get a hold of us.
Oh, Hank. To what do I owe the pleasure?
Oh, you know, just in the neighborhood.
Uh-huh. What you got there?
Oh, this, just some libations.
Libations, huh? And you just so happen to be in the neighborhood?
I know how lonely Christmas can be. I figured you could use some company.
Company. Right. Hank, we do this every year.
Do what?
This. You come over here with your libations and some line about how lonely Christmas is or something.
Okay, I get it. But listen, I'm gonna wear you down one of these days.
Not gonna happen, Hank.
More for me, I guess.
Longtime First Time is created by Austin Fields and produced by KNUCKLEDRAGGER Studios in Nashville, Tennessee. Longtime First Time Holiday Special, Better Watch Out, features Dan Galloon as Rex McHattie, DeAndre Teagle as Ralphie, Dusty Dale Barker as Mike Bullock, Gabe Cyrus as Shep Matthews, Kristen Fields as Kit Greenville, Noah Litton as Tom Greenville, Kristen Ryder as Fiona, Ryan Harris as Ryan, J.R. Robles as Ted Bullock, Dustin LaFleur as Hank, Taryn Prey as Suzanne, Steve Parnell as Lonnie, Osa Omoreji as Sheriff Clifford, and Eric Fisher as Officer Dudley. Sound design, mix, and score by KNUCKLEDRAGGER Studios. If you love the show, leave us a rating, write us a review, and follow us on social media at LTFT Pod. Till next time, don't be shy. We're waiting for you.